Welcome to this deep dive into the formula of history of Formula One Grand Prix winners from the very first race in 1950 to the modern day battles of 2025. Well, I am Moeen from IBS Hyderabad campus, MBA first year student to go through the analysis of Formula One. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the legends, the teams, and the trends that have shaped the pinnacle of motorsports. These are the table of contents which we are gonna introduce and give an insights in this discussion. The project, well, this is the project aim and data set. The project set out to analyze 75 years of Formula One race winners. Our dataset covers every Grand Prix from 1950 to 2025, including race dates, locations, circuits, winning drivers, teams, race times, and lap count. These are all the data which we have got as a raw format from Kaggle data source. So we have categorized the data and also written a description about it. This is a short summary about the data types of nominal or categorical, discrete or continuous data. Well, now the main thing to discuss about is the data cleaning methodologies and preparations. By cleaning and structuring the data, we were able to uncover fascinating patterns and insights. Before diving into the analysis, we standardized circuit names, removed duplicates, and converted race times into minutes for accurate comparisons. We also grouped results by decade, making it easier to spot long term trends. So we have also derived new columns, and also our data is cleaned, standardized, and enriched with new analytical columns. So this is the overview of charts which we are gonna discuss in a short detail right now. Well, we have comparison charts, composition charts, distribution, relationship, friends, and association charts, and what charts I'm implementing in them, and the description of the charts. Let's start by our first chart, top drivers by win. As you can see, I have taken the top 10 drivers by driver name on the y-axis and their number of wins on the x-axis. Now, Lewis Hamilton leads the all-time list with 105 wins, surpassing Michael Schumacher's legendary 91. Max Verstappen rapid rise to 65 wins by age 27 hints at a possible challenge to the record. Other icons like Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost, and Sebastian Vettel each dominated their eras, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. Now let's dive to the next chart. Top teams by win. As you can see, we have y-axis of number of wins and x-axis of team name. Ferrari stands unmatched with 249 victories, winning in every era since 1950. Mercedes hybrid era dominance brought them 121 wins, while McLaren adaptability across engine partnerships has kept them competitive for decades. Red Bull's two golden periods, Vettel's era 2010 and Verstappen's 2020, underline their modern strength. As you can see, these are all the overview of the bar chart. Now let's get a real insight about the global expansion of F1. As you can see, from its European heartland, F1 has expanded to the every continent except Antarctica, sorry. Europe still holds the majority of races, but Asia, North America, and the Middle East have become key growth areas in recent decades. Well, as you can see the histogram of laps per race. Most modern races last between 100 and 110 minutes, reflecting FIA's standardized race distance. Lap counts vary widely from as few as 12 to as many as 200, depending on circuit length and era. Now, this is about the box plot for time in minutes. If we zoom in, we see a lot of things with respect to this box plot. The The minimum and value is 57.9 minutes and the maximum is 146.9 minutes with respect to that track, and the median falls somewhere between 105.6 minutes, which is about 1 hour 45 minutes. As we can see, bulk of races have been consistent in the modern era, where the F1 tells that the max race time is 2 hours and the interquarter range falls between 90.7 minutes to 103.2 minutes for 50% of the races. This is the uh, total number of races and the years chart from 1950 to 2025. On the x-axis, we have years with a distance of 2 and the y-axis total races. There has been a consistent pattern followed from decades and also due to modern technology and modern growth, a lot of races have uh, have been balanced for the era for the years. But 2025 have few incomplete data and redundancies for just with 14 races, as you can see from the graph. Will winning teams, this is a box plot heat map for teams of the top 5 teams across the decades with the most win count. This this extraction of data has given a beautiful data insights about the Mercedes, Ferraris, Renaults, and also McLaren's steep and sustained competition across the decades. Well, this is the hypothesis testing for time in minutes. We tested whether average race time in the 2010s was significantly uh, we have currently given a descriptive stats for the time in minutes. As we can see, the median is 98.10, which is almost 98 minutes. These are the descriptive stats for the time interval in minutes, as this is a numerical and continuous data. As we can also see, there are a lot of data insights with respect to this data in time in minutes race duration. The average race length is 106.5 minutes, which is almost 1 hour 47 minutes, and the median lies somewhere around 98.11 minutes. And most of the races have seen 87.63 minutes as happened. And you can below see the measures of variability of standard deviation, sample variance, range, minimum and maximum, and also quartiles and interquartile range. The skewness and kurtosis are important. With respect to data, the skewness is 3.15, which says that it is strong right skew and very heavy tail. It has got very heavy tails and extreme outliers with respect to kurtosis value. And we have also detected the outlier detections. Now getting on to the next data insight of descriptive stats, that is labs, which is a numerical and discrete data. I have calculated this with the descriptive stats of labs with respect to the labs column in the Excel. Now getting into the data insights of labs, we can see that where the average labs is around 64.62 labs and median is 64 labs, and the most of the mode is lies around 53 labs. We can also see the other measures of variability such as standard deviation, sample variance, range, minimum, maximum, quartiles, and shape of the graph. As we can see, it's a positive value, it is positive skewed and very heavy tails it got. And I have also detected the lower bound and upper bound and outliers value. Now let's get into some interesting insights such as hypothesis testing. For this hypothesis testing, uh, we tested whether average race times in 2010s and were significantly different from 2000s, while 2010s races were about 3.6. Well, Further, before we further go, I have framed the question as: is the average race time in 2010s significantly different from the 2000s? Yes, then I have created a null hypothesis that it is equals, and an alternative is not equals. The type of test which I have used is two sample t-test of data with an level of significance of 5%, which is 95% confidence. Going into the data, now we can see on the left hand side we have the values, and you can see the observations for the 2000s which I got from the data set is 174 and 198 in 2010s. Yeah, 2010s. So as you can see, the mean, the difference of the mean from 2000s and 2003 is 3.56 minutes. Well, we can interpret, well, on the right hand side of the table I have interpreted it as 2010 races are significantly longer on average. Okay, and also from the total value, as the stats says that our probability is 0.155, which is 15.5%. So now let's get into the conclusion part. As our alpha is 5% and our area is 15.53%, so it does not fall in rejection region, and so we fail to reject H naught, means here the conclusion it gets has: at the 95% confidence level there is no statistical significant difference in the mean race times between 2000s and 2010s. The small observation increase of 3.6 minutes is not strong enough to conclude a real change. These are some of the limitations and future works which I thought it would be useful to be included. Over 75 years, Formula One has evolved from a Eurocentric championship to a truly global spectacle. We have seen eras of dominance such as Ferrari in the early 2000s, Red Bull in 2010s, and Mercedes in the hybrid era. But the sport's competitive spirit remained as fierce as ever. So, this is the general conclusion from my side after getting the raw data, cleaning the data, making statistical analysis, and also creating visualizations to uncover patterns and insights. So this is the reference and data sources for my project. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Formula One history. I If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the more data driven sports insight. See you on the next lab. Thank you. This is our default file which we get when we download the data. It got headers as date, continent, Grand Prix, circuit, winner name, team, time and laps. And you can see there are a lot of data cleanings which need to be done. I have data cleaned the file and created a good format in order to perform the operations. As you can see, I have also included a new column called year which reflects the day year from the date, and also another I have made data cleaning on circuit columns for the special values and also on winner names column, and also I have checked for data duplicacy and converted the time into minutes and labs. Well, I have also added a column of decade here. I think it is not reflecting due to some error. uh, Let me show you. Yes, as you can see, we have also had the decade column for 1950s, 1960s, 1970s with respect to that year, 19 1980s, 1970s, 1980s, and everything. Thank you.